But I'll do a little bit of a recap of what happened and what led us to this moment, extraordinarily unpredictable moment now. I think Elon Musk will do a TV interview, and that'll escalate things. But this is incredible, and I've called it Godzilla versus King Kong, and I think it understates the case. So just to review, um, uh, I won't go all the way back, but Musk for the last 2 days really hit on uh, the reconciliation bill. And people around the president said, we don't really want to escalate it. We just want to, focus on the bill and getting the bill passed. So we're not going to pick a big fight. And then Musk kept going. And so this afternoon, right before noon, the president was in the Oval Office doing a photo op with the German chancellor. And he was asked about Musk. And instead of following the script that Trump and Trump allies had been following, including Caroline Levitt for the last couple of days, of saying, well, we disagree with Elon, but here's why the bill's so great. Donald Trump went hard at Musk on a range of issues, including raising questions about whether his son, Musk's son, had really given him that black eye, and suggesting that maybe they weren't friends anymore. So here is Donald Trump from the Oval Office, number 2, please.
Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and which was a lot of money for electric vehicles, and they're having a hard time, the electric vehicles, and they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And Elon knew this from the beginning. He knew it for a long time ago. That's been in there. That's been, I would say, JD, that hasn't changed. That's been right from the beginning, Mr. Secretary. That hasn't changed at all, right from the beginning. But I know that disturbed him. He wanted, and rightfully, he recommended somebody from that he, I guess, knew very well. I'm sure he respected him, but to run NASA, and I didn't think it was appropriate. And he happened to be a Democrat, like totally Democrat. And I say, look, we won. We get certain privileges, and one of the privileges, we don't have to appoint a Democrat. NASA is very important. We have great people. General Kane is going to be picking somebody with our, we'll be checking him out, seeing, but he wanted that person, a certain person, and we said no. And I can understand why he's upset. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk, and even with the black eye, I said, do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup. But he said, no, I don't think so, which is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is, so you could make that statement too, I guess. Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. We call it a great, big, beautiful bill because that's what it is. And again, biggest tax cuts in history, biggest economic development moves anywhere. We've never done anything like it. Business is spurred. And I don't know if you've seen the numbers, but the numbers came out. Even the CBO, which is run by Democrats, said that we're going to be doing, I'd like you to discuss it, the 2.8 trillion that CBO, this is a group of people that are Democrats. They're very hostile to us. They just came out with phenomenal numbers, what it does. You want to mention that, Scott?
All right. So I was a little surprised by that because it really escalated things, it seemed, and it made it raise the temperature. Somebody told me this morning, who knows Trump well, that as long as Musk wasn't going personally at Trump would not be so angry with him. And I did on my monologue on Next Up. I talked about the fact that Trump will deal with anybody. Like Trump up until a few hours ago, Trump and Musk were considered like best friends, and that's despite the fact that Musk used to be very anti-Trump. And then Trump in his remarks said, he did go after me personally, but I almost rather he would go after me personally. Well, the president got his wish. Musk has done a lot of tweeting, and we're not going to show them all to you, but here's the one that has caught everybody's attention. Number 6, Elon Musk as they say in the business, went there and tweeted about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Tom, to drop the really big bomb, real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT, which is what people call the president. They know him on those kind of intimate terms. It's only gotten 75 million views so far, 75.5 million. I suspect it will get more. This is all anybody in my world is talking about. And I'm sure a lot of you are super interested in this because you're here.